శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ 2008 లో స్థాపించిన కళాశాలలో MBA, NAC A గ్రేడ్ మరియు ISO సర్టిఫికేషన్ సాధించిన మొట్టమొదటి కళాశాల శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ త్వరలో అటానమస్ కాబోతోంది.
2014లో ISO గుర్తింపు, 2015లో రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వంచే A గ్రేడ్, 2016లో NAC A గ్రేడ్, ఇప్పుడు NBA సాధించిన సంస్థ శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ.
Good morning everyone. In the last classes we discussed about the half-wave rectifiers, parameters of the half-wave rectifier. Today I would like to explain full-wave rectifier and its parameters. This is the full-wave rectifier diagram. Two diodes with the center tap transformer. This is the center tap. First we given the AC supply, we get the output pulsating DC. So rectifier is converted to AC to DC, pulsating DC. But we have using center tap transformer. So this is the center tap transformer and two conducting diodes are a load resistance. Full wave rectifier conducts both positive and negative off cycles of the input AC supply, positive off cycle and also negative off cycles of the input AC supply. This is the positive off cycle and this is the negative off cycle. In order to rectify both the off cycles of AC input, two diodes are used in this circuit. Both the off cycles, we will conduct both the off cycles. So we will use two diodes. The diodes feed a common load, that is the RL, load resistance, with the help of the center tap transformer. So this is the center tap transformer. The AC voltage is applied through a suitable power transformer with the proper turns ratio. So this is the step down transformer. For the proper operation of the circuit, a center tap on the secondary winding of the transformer is essential. So this is very important, center tap transformer in full wave rectifiers. Operation of the circuit. So this is the operation of the circuit. Consider a positive off cycle of the AC input voltage in a terminal A. A is positive. Consider positive off cycle. Next time we will consider the negative off cycle. AC supply. So diode D1 and diode D2, center tap transformer and the load resistance RL, conduct the current is IL. First of all, consider the positive off cycle, this one of AC input voltage at terminal A is positive. So terminal A is positive with respect to the terminal B. So B is negative. The diode D1 will be forward bias. So A is positive, automatically diode D1 is forward biased and hence it will conduct, while D2 will be the reverse biased. Why? Because of B is negative, so D2 is the reverse biased and will act as an open circuited. So it will not conduct. This is open circuited, it will not conduct. The diode D1 supplies the load current. So this D1 conducts, so which supplies the load current, that is IL. This is the IL. So IL equal to only which currents, ID1. This current is flowing through the upper half or secondary winding, while the lower half of the secondary winding of the transformer carries no current. Only current is produced in the upper half of the diode. In D2, this is the reverse biased, this is the open circuited. So this is the reverse biased condition. So it will not conduct a current. This will be open circuited. In the next off cycle of the AC voltage, polarities are reversed. Okay, terminal A becomes negative and B is the positive terminal. Diode D2 is conducted. Okay, so A is negative. This is the reverse biased. D1 is the reverse biased and D2 is the forward biased. While D1 does not being reverse biased. Diode D2 supplies this diode. D2 supplies the load current, that is IL equal to load current equal to. So this is forward biased. It gives the current, that is the ID2. Now the lower half of the secondary winding carries the current, but the upper half does not give the current. So the load current flows in both the off cycles of the AC voltage and in the same direction through the load resistance. Okay, this is the positive, same direction is the load resistance, and this is also same direction in the load resistance. Hence, we get rectified output across the load. The load current is the sum of the individual diode currents, diode D1 and diode D2, flowing in corresponding half cycles. It is also noted that two diodes does not conduct simultaneously but in alternate half cycles. Okay. The full wave circuit essentially consists of two half wave circuits. Okay, only half wave, only diode D1. Okay, only one diode is used in half wave rectifier. So in this two half waves, okay, two half wave circuits working independently of each other but feeding a common load. The output load current is still pulsating DC. This is not a pure DC. Okay. So this is the output waveform. This is the full cycle. Diode D1 conducts only positive cycles. Negative half cycle is not conduct. There is no current. Only positive cycles will conduct. Okay. And ID2. Diode D2 is forward biased. So only negative half cycles are conducted. So it is in this. Total output waveform is this way. This is the load current and voltage waveforms for the full wave rectifier. And next one, parameters of the full wave rectifier. First one, maximum load current. We also know RF is the forward resistance of the diode. RS is the winding resistance of each half of the secondary. RL is the load resistance. ES is the instantaneous AC voltage across each half of the secondary. These are all the parameters. So ES equal to ESM sin omega t, where omega equal to 2 pi f. ESM means maximum value of the AC input voltage across each half of the secondary winding. Okay. So IM equal to ESM by RS plus RF plus RL. This is the equation. IM equal to I equal to current. So current equal to voltage by resistances. So IM equal to ESM by total resistances RS plus RF plus RL. Okay. IM is the maximum value of the load current IL. And next one, average DC load current. Okay, we also know IL equal to Im sin omega t. So limits are only 0 to pi. 0 to pi diode D1 is conducted. So limits of omega t limits are 0 to pi. So IDC equal to 1 by pi. Limits are 0 to pi. IL sin IL d omega t. IL equal to Im sin omega t. So substituting IL equal to Im sin omega t d omega t. Okay, Im. So Im by pi. Sin integration of the sin omega t is the minus cos omega t. Limits are 0 to pi. Limits are taken. Im by pi equal to minus cos pi minus of minus cos 0. That is equal to Im by pi. Cos pi is the minus 1. So minus into minus plus 1. This is the minus 1. So IDC equal to finally IDC equal to 2 Im by pi for the full wave rectifier. Okay, average DC load current IDC equal to 2 Im by pi. And next one, average DC load voltage. This is the EDC. The DC load voltage EDC equal to, EDC means voltage. So voltage equal to current into resistance. In this way EDC equal to IDC into RL. Okay, IDC equal to 2 Im by pi. Substituting EDC equal to 2 Im by pi into RL. Substituting the Im value. Okay, EDC equal to 2 into ESM RL by pi into RF plus RL plus RS. Okay, and but RF and RS is less than RL. In this way RF plus RS by RL is less than 1. So 1 kante takkuva RF plus RS by RL. Okay, so this can be neglected. So EDC equal to finally EDC equal to 2 ESM by pi. So average DC load current IDC equal to 2 Im by pi. Average DC load voltage EDC equal to 2 ESM by pi. Next one, RMS load current IRMS. So RMS value of the current can be obtained. IRMS equal to, RMS means root mean square. Okay, this is the root mean square. So total 0 to 2 pi. Total limits are integration of 0 to 2 pi. Square, root means square. So I square L d omega t, where IL equal to Im sin omega t, substituting. Okay, so in this way 1 by Im equal to integration 1 by pi integration of 0 to pi sin square omega t equal to 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2, substituting. So 1 minus cos 2 pi omega t, 2 omega t by 2 d omega t. Substituting the limits, we get IRMS equal to Im by root 2. So RMS value of the load current IRMS equal to Im by root 2. Okay, Im by root 2 into RL. RMS value of the load voltage EL RMS equal to IRMS into RL. Okay, so IRMS equal to Im by root 2 into RL. Suppose it can be taken as the voltage. So EL RMS equal to E equal to voltage. Voltage equal to current into resistance. So which current we are taken? IRMS. So IRMS equal to Im by root 2 into RL. Next one, DC power output PDC. So power equal to VI, and also I square R. So VDC into IDC, voltage into current, or I square R. So PDC equal to I square DC into RL, where IDC equal to 2Im by pi. So 2Im by pi whole square into RL. We get PDC equal to 4 by pi square I square M into RL. Substituting the value of the Im, we will get the PDC equal to 4 by pi square E square Sm by Rs plus Rf plus RL whole square into RL. Okay. And next one, AC power input, that is equal to PAC, AC power. So PAC equal to power equal to I square R. Okay, so I square RMS into R, total resistances. So RF plus RS plus RL. So IRMS equal to Im by root 2 whole square RF plus RS plus RL. So PAC equal to I square M RF plus RS plus RL by 2. Substituting the value of Im, we will get the PAC equal to E square Sm by 2 into RF plus RS plus RL. Okay. And next parameter, rectifier efficiency. So rectifier efficiency eta equal to P DC output by PAC input. Efficiency equal to output by input. Output is the DC, input is the AC. Okay. So eta equal to PDC output. This is the PDC output and this is the PAC input. Can divide, we will get 8 RL by pi square into RF plus RS plus RL. Okay. So, but if RF plus RL is less than RL, load resistances contain RF plus RS is low. So, we can neglect the denominator. So, eta equal to 8 RL by pi square RL. That is equal to 8 by pi square. So, efficiency equal to percentage of the efficiency equal to 8 pi square into 100. That is equal to 81.2%. This is the maximum theoretical efficiency of the full wave rectifier. Okay. Full wave rectifier efficiency is 81.2. Half wave rectifier efficiency is 40.6. And next parameter, ripple factor. So ripple factor is derived in the half wave rectifier. The ripple factor is given by the general expression ripple factor equal to square root of IRMS by IDC whole square minus 1. This equation we will get the half wave rectifier. Okay, for full wave rectifier, IRMS equal to Im by root 2 and IDC equal to 2Im by pi, substituting in the above equation. So ripple factor equal to square root of Im by root 2 by 2Im by pi whole square minus 1. That is equal to square root of pi square 8 by minus 1. So ripple factor gamma equal to 0.48. This indicates that the ripple contents in the output are 48% of the DC component, which is much less than that of for the off wave circuit. Okay, and next one, PIV, peak inverse voltage. Okay, this is the diagram, peak inverse voltage. It can be observed from the circuit diagram that when the diode is reverse biased. Okay, that the D2 diode is reverse biased. In this way, when the full wave transformer secondary voltage gets impressed across it. the voltage, the drop across conducting diode is assumed to be 0. Thus, the peak value of the inverse voltage to which the diode gets subjected to voltage across both the parts of the transformer secondary. So, PIV of the diode equal to 2 ESM pi EDC by IDC equal to 0. Okay, ESM is the maximum value of the AC voltage across the half of the secondary of the transformer. Okay, so PI of the diode equal to 2 ESM. ESM is the maximum value of the AC voltage. And next one, ripple frequency. Okay, this is the ripple frequency of the rectifier. Ripple frequency, the Fourier, we have taken Fourier series for the load current is, so IN equal to ID1 plus ID2, that is equal to, this is the Fourier series. The first term in the above series represents the average or DC value. This is the first term, this is the average and DC value, while the remaining terms are the ripples. Okay, it is seen that lowest frequency of the ripple is 2F, that is twice the supply frequency of the AC supply. Thus, the ripple frequency in full wave rectifier is 2F. And next one, voltage regulation. Okay, the half wave rectifier circuit, VDC no load equal to 2 ESM by pi, already known. Okay, full load equal to VDC full load equal to IDC into RL. Percentage of regulation formula is VDC no load minus VDC full load by VDC full load into 100. So, percentage of regulation equal to substituting the values 2 ESM by pi minus IDC RL by IDC RL into 100. Substituting the IM value, we get IDC equal to IM by pi. So, percentage of regulation R equal to this one. So, percentage of regulation equal to RF plus RS by RL into 100. In this way, neglecting the winding resistance RS. So, we will get the percentage of regulation equal to RF by RL into 100. RF by RL into 100. RF is forward resistance of the diode. And the next parameter, transformer utilization factor. In full wave rectifier, the secondary circuit follows to the each off separately in every off cycle. Okay, so primary of the transformer carries current continuously. The TUF is calculated for primary and secondary winding separately, and then the voltage TUF is determined. Okay, secondary of the TUF is DC load, DC power to the load by AC power rating of the secondary. So, TUF is the DC power delivered to the load. We get the output DC power. So, in this way, DC power delivered to the load by input power is the AC power. So, output by input, AC power rating of the secondary. Substituting the values, DC power and the AC power. AC power is the ERMS into IRMS. DC power is the I square DC into RL. Substituting the values. Okay. So, in the secondary TUF equal to 0.812. The primary of the transformer is feeding two off-wave rectifiers separately. These two off-wave rectifiers work independently of each other, but feed up a common load. We have already derived from the TUF for off-wave circuit is to be 0.287. In off-wave 0.287. So in this way, full wave means 2 half waves. Okay, 2 into TUF, that is equal to how much? 2 into 0.287. In this way, half wave rectifier is the DC power delivered to the load by AC power rating of the transformer secondary. So in the half wave rectifier, TUF is the only 0.287. In full wave rectifier, we can get 2 half waves. Okay, that is 2 into 0.287, that is equal to 0.574. Okay, and the average TUF for full wave rectifier circuit is TUF of the primary plus TUF of the secondary by 2, that is equal to 0.693. So thus in full wave circuit, transformer gets utilized more than the half wave rectifier circuit. Okay, these are all the parameters. And the advantages of the full wave rectifiers are the DC power voltage and the current are more than the half wave. Okay, and no DC current through the transformer windings, hence no possibility of saturation. And third one is the TUF is better as transformer losses are less. Okay, TUF is better, transformer utilization factor is better. So in this way, losses are less. The efficiency is higher. Efficiency is 81.2. The average DC power out, large DC power output, and ripple factor is also less. Disadvantages of the full wave rectifiers are PIV rating of the diode is higher. Okay, and next, higher PIV diodes are larger in size and costlier, and cost of the Senditov transformer is higher. And next, problems. This is the problems. We can calculate the DC voltage across the load, DC current flowing through the load, DC power delivered to the load, PIV across the each load, and ripple factor and its efficiency. Okay, these are all the already known. IM equal to ESM by RF plus RS plus RF. Okay, we can calculate the IM and then IDC. So IDC first one, DC voltage across the load. So IDC equal to 2IM by pi. Substituting the values, we can get 0.0207. And next one, EDC equal to IDC into RL. We will get. And third one, power equal to I square DC into RL. So we will get the 0.3857. Okay, and next PIV is the 2 ESM. We will get the 65.0538. And next, ripple factor. So ripple factor is VRRMS by EDC. Okay, these formulas are this one. And second problem, a full wave rectifier circuit uses 2 silicon diodes with the forward resistances of 20 ohms each other. The DC voltmeter connected across the load of 1 kilo ohms reads 55.4 volts. Calculate the IRMS, average voltage across each load, each diode, and the third one, ripple factor, and the fourth one, transformer secondary voltage rating. These parameters are known. RF equal to 20 ohms, IL equal to 1 kilo ohms, EDC equal to 55.4. We will calculate the IRMS, average voltage across the each diode, and R, and also IM, transformer secondary rating of the secondary voltage rating. This is the ripple factor, or is the ripple factor. Okay, IRMS equal to IM by root 2. So IM is also known. IDC equal to EDC by RL. We will get the 55.4 milliamperes. So IDC equal to 2 Im by pi. We will get Im equal to 87.022. So substituting this, we will get the 61.5338 milliamperes. And average voltage across the each diode IDC into RF, that is equal to 1.108 volts. And ripple factor, that is the square root of IRMS by IDC whole square minus 1. We will get the 0.4834. Okay, fourth one, Im equal to ESM minus voltage diode drop by RF plus RL. We will get the 87.87. ERMS equal to ESM by root 2, that is equal to 63.548. Okay.